we're going to be doing a slightly different video today, and I'm not going to waste too much time on this, but we're going to be ranking every single Piggy chapter. We've obviously been getting into Piggy recently, so I'm going to just change it up a little bit. We're not just going to do, you know, the chapters, but we're going to rank the chapters. I've probably done this before, and I'd be quite interested to see how it kind of linked up in the previous time. But starting up at chapter 1, the house, I mean, it's okay, it's good. I'm neutral on it. I mean, I don't particularly love it. I don't hate it either. The lab, chapter 12, it's good. I don't think it's, oh, is it very good? No, it's not very good. I mean, it had lots of things going on in it. It was great, but I'm sorry, it's just, I don't think it's ooh, and I don't think it can be better, but it's in the middle range. Piggy chapter 9. Now, chapter 9, I'll be honest, holds a pretty special place in my heart. This was the first chapter where I discovered Piggy, and I started recording videos on it, and that's kind of what has taken my channel to the direction that it is today. So with Piggy chapter 9, I feel like a lot of you guys are probably not going to agree with this, but I don't think I'm going to go addictively amazing. I'm just going to go very good, but I think that the city is a pretty good chapter. Alright, looks like we're now on to the refinery of book 2. Refinery. I actually don't know what to think of the refinery, to be honest. I don't think I particularly love it, so I don't think I'm going to put it in the top 3. And I don't think I'm particularly neutral on it either. I genuinely think that the refinery could probably be a little bit better. Moving on to chapter 11 of book 1, the Outpost. Now, the Outpost, I believe, is a pretty decent map. There's a nice run around. I think that the map is well built in itself. I really like it. I think it's great. Why is the middle of my screen glitching out? I don't know why the middle of the screen's doing that, but okay, whatever. It is what it is. But Piggy, the Outpost, I'm going to put in very good. I actually think that it is a very, very good chapter. Piggy chapter 1, book 1, the Alleys. The Alleys is a pretty decent map. Let's be honest. I think this was like the nice introduction to Piggy book 2. I'll be honest, I'm a Piggy book 1 kind of guy, not a Piggy book 2, but the Alleys, I think, was potentially one of the best maps that it has had since. Oh, I felt like I was going to put it addictively amazing then, but I kind of changed my mind. Oh, it is a really, really good, and it's probably in the top of the very good, but I don't think it's addictively amazing. So yeah, for that reason, I'm gonna put it in very good. I'm saving myself, okay? I haven't even thought about where these like chapters are even going to go. Moving on to Piggy the Forest. The Forest. It's a decent map. It's okay. It's decent, but I think it can be better. I don't think I'm neutral on this one. I think it can be better. It's quite flat. I guess that's what a forest is, so there's not really much to do with it. It was a good chapter. Lots of stuff happened in it, but I just think that it could have been maybe a little bit better. But it was at the beginning of the Piggy times, so we'll let that one slide just a little bit, okay? Piggy chapter 7. Now, I've just recorded a video on this, and I'll be honest, did not like it. I think this is the first chapter that is going to go in ooh. I just think it's just naff. It's just such a long corridor. It's basic, and for me, just doesn't do anything, okay? It doesn't do anything for me. Now, Piggy chapter 8 in book 1, the carnival. I'll be honest, I actually quite like this map. It's okay. I just think that it's got a lot of hate because of Mr. Creekcraft over there has kind of told everyone that he doesn't like it. But I think it's a pretty decent chapter, so I'm going to put it in good. It's good. It's not very good. It's not addictively amazing. It's just good. It is a bit flat, but come on. It's not that bad, Creekcraft. People just play it all the time. That's the only issue. It's like playing a song over and over again. It just gets overplayed. Doesn't mean it's a bad song. It just gets overplayed. It's a nicely put together chapter. Come on. All right, Piggy book 2, chapter 7. I can't even remember what that one's called. Is it Docks? I think it's Docks. But yeah, this was an interesting chapter. It was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. It was interesting. I think I'm going to put it in neutral. I think that is quite happy there, okay? Piggy chapter 10. Okay, I'm going to have to start thinking about this because I've not put any in addictively amazing yet. But Piggy chapter 10, the mall. Pretty decent chapter. I will put this one in very good. I quite like it. I think that it's got a lot of stuff going on in it. It's got 2 levels. It doesn't feel flat. There's a lot going on. There's more interesting stuff. And also there was Don't Trust the SI note in there. So it had lots and lots of stuff and story going on inside of that chapter. It's got to go in very good. Piggy chapter 11, book 2, The Camp. Oh, interesting one. Now I remember playing this one like crazy at the beginning. And now I feel like I cannot remember how to play this one at all. It's a pretty good chapter. Didn't love it, I think, but I think it's a bit more than neutral. I think that it was a pretty well put together chapter, so I'm going to put it in good. I just don't think that it can relate to these 4 up here. Alright, Piggy, chapter 6, book 1, The Hospital. Although it's got 2 levels, and I get that that's what I've been going on about quite a lot, I'm a neutral on this one. I didn't love it, and I didn't hate it. I don't think it can be better. I think, well, to be fair, it probably could be better. But I still think that Minitoon did a pretty decent job with this chapter, so I'm just neutral on it, okay? Piggy chapter 6, The Factory. Now, this might be maybe a tad controversial, but yeah, I think that it can be better. I actually don't think that it's the greatest chapter in the world. I know that a lot of the TSP members are in it, and that you have to go and save them, and all of that sort of stuff, but just thought it was a bit odd. I mean, I don't know, it just didn't really flow with the story, and that's kind of how I felt like chapter 2 went. I didn't feel like it all flowed as such, and I think that Factory was the one that was outside of that flowingness the most. I just felt like it didn't have a place in the storyline, and was kind of just a throw-in chapter in the end. So yeah, wasn't a massive lover of this chapter, but it is what it is. What is that chapter? I can't even see what that one is. Oh, I think I know which one that is. I can't even remember what it's called. It ends in an S. Oh, what is that one? Maybe that's the docks then, and that one up there has got to be... Oh, I can't remember what that one was called now. Oh, what was this one called? Let me know in the comment section if you remember, but I believe that this one is probably called The Docks. Oh, okay, right. So this one I think is actually a pretty decent chapter. I remember playing this one, and it was quite enjoyable to play. So I'm going to put this one in good. I think it was a pretty good chapter, even though I can't tell what it is from this bit. Right, Piggy chapter 2, The Station. Now, I think that this could potentially be the first one to go in addictively amazing. I think that this was so basic but so well put together that I think that it was such a good chapter. To be honest, I feel like it was just like the first part of nostalgia for me, because obviously I started to play The City when that came out for the first time, but I remember going back and playing The Station and thinking, wow, this map actually stands out to me and I don't even know why. So yes, I think I'm going to put that chapter in addictively amazing. Alright, now we're moving on to the sewers. Now I think that the sewers is a pretty decent chapter, and you know why? Because I have a part in it. Do you remember the graffiti challenge that Minitoon did? Yeah, a bit of my graffiti is in there. So I think that the sewers is good, but I think that at the time a lot of people were saying that it was like the best chapter ever. I don't think that I'm going to put it in addictively amazing. I don't think it's that good. I am going to put it in very good, however. It is a very good chapter, and I like the whole kind of thing, and you get a little bit lost in it, I find. But yeah, I think it's only going to go in very good, not addictively amazing. Moving on to the safe place. Now, I don't know what about this chapter it is. I really just don't like it. I don't like the staircase at the front. It just feels so naff. I don't like it at all. I'm putting it in ooh. I don't know why, I just hate it. I think it's such a rubbish chapter, and it's just the map design. I don't like the stairway at the front. Anyway, moving on to chapter 12 of book 1, The Plant. Come on. Come on, come on. We all know this one's got to go in addictively amazing. This one was incredible. What a finale to book 1, and I loved it. I think it was such a great design. I know it took a bit of time for this one to come out, and so right as well, because it was such a good chapter, such good cutscenes, so that is why it is going in addictively amazing. Now moving on to chapter 8, The Ship. Now, as ooh as this is, I feel like they could have made this better. I think it's actually quite an ooh map, but they could have made this ship like so much better, but it's just not. So I'm not going to put it in ooh, even though that the ship of this is pretty poor, but I'm going to put it in can be better because I felt like they could have done a better job with this chapter. I mean, I guess they could have done better with these two as well, hence why they're in ooh, but still, I just felt like the ship was a missed opportunity to actually make such a nice like chapter out of it. So yeah, that's why I'm going to put that one in can be better rather than ooh. Moving on to the temple. Now I'm going to say this was such a beautifully designed map, and the gameplay itself was also incredible. I'm going to put this one in addictively amazing. I don't know why, I just think that the temple chapter 10 is actually such a nice chapter and very well built. I actually have a funny feeling that it was IKEA's who built this chapter, or at least had some form of play in this chapter, because IKEA's is this weird like spooky little girl that does loads of spooky, weird, creepy stuff. That's what she kind of did with Temple. So that's why Temple Chapter 10 is going in addictively amazing. Moving on to Piggy Chapter 3, is that right? Gallery. We're going to be putting you in neutral. I'm neutral on it. It's nice. It's okay. It's a little bit too small, which is probably why they could have done it a little bit better. But it was okay. I'm just neutral on it, okay? Piggy Chapter 5, the school. I think that this was a very good chapter. So that is why you are going in very good. I like the 2 levels. I like that it's got a nice little design to it, and you had to run around a little bit more than the others. So I think that one can go in very good, but only just. Moving on to the store, Piggy Chapter 2, Book 2, and I think that you can go in. Ooh, good one. Good one. I actually think I'm going to be neutral on this one. I didn't love it, to be honest. It wasn't the greatest, so yeah. I just think that it's just going to be a neutral for me. I'm sorry. Moving on to the heist. Now, I think that this was actually really nicely designed. It was a nice little addition to the Alice chapter. So I think I'm going to put this one in good. It's really nice. It's a really nice chapter. Very well built. So that was a really good job on that one. Piggy Distorted Memory. Now, I'm a fan of anything like creepy and scary. I think that's why I like IKEA's like map building so much. But this is nice, creepy, scary. It's a nice addition to Piggy Chapter 1, Book 1. Ooh, I was going to put it in Addictive Amazing then, but I think that might be a little bit too high. So I'm going to put that in very good. I think Distorted Memory was actually such a good chapter. Now, Distraction, the weird one with the 2 twins. Oh, I don't really remember this one so much. I'm just going to put that one in neutral because I actually can't really remember the Distraction chapter too much. I remember it being okay, and I felt like I only played it like 2 or 3 times, and then that was it, over and done with. So I think I'm just going to put that in neutral. Right, let's sort these around. So I think Safe Place can stay there and Metro can stay there. No problem at all. Right, can be better. Which of these could they have made better? I think the ship could have been made better a little bit more, so we're going to put that one there. I think we are then going to put the factory there, and then the refinery, and then we're going to put the forest. That is perfect. Right, so neutral. I think I'm going to keep the Distraction there, probably store there as well. What else have we got here? House can go towards the end. This one and this one can swap around, and I think I'm happy with that. Right, moving on to the good side of things. Right, so we've got the lab. Ooh. Do you know what? I'm going to put chapter 8, the carnival, a little bit higher up. I also think that I'm going to put the camp a bit higher up. This one I think can stay there, and heist I think can move above that one actually. So yeah, I think, is that right? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Moving on to very good. Right, what have we got here? This is going to be interesting. Right, so let's have a little look around. I think that alleys can go up a little bit higher. Outpost can stay nice and high too. Oh, the sewers and the mall. That's a tricky one. I actually think I'm going to keep that how it is, like everything there. Oh, very good. Okay, right. I think, yeah, I'm happy with everything. I kind of like the city. I think that's why. But yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm sorry. I've swapped that, okay? I've swapped the alleys and the city. Just because I feel like the city could maybe be a little bit better. But it just holds a special place in my heart. That's all. And now moving on to Addictively Amazing. We now need to sort these top 3 out. So that is the station, the plant, and the temple. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do that. Oh, there. That. And I think with that, I am happy. And that was kind of pretty hard to do, but we managed to do it in the end anyway. Oh, that was interesting, trying to do this so long on from the previous time that we actually did rank these chapters. So I'd be interested to see what I ranked these before, but it's nice to do this again, like all these years later, and see what my kind of brain remembers. But yeah, I'm happy with that. But if you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to be using my star code Antixx when you are buying Robux or Premium. But until the next one, we'll see you guys in the next one.